But I think gradually we're smiling. And when I think about whatever that starts getting personal. Another thing could be super long. You do it, you see what they can do, and then when they can't do it, go back. Or if half of them can't, half of them can't.
Who's Googling struggles in that one? Okay.
I do.
The personalized.
No, we're very far away. Very, very far.
I mean, yes, lower end, upper end.
We have some things going really well for us. And we really think that's amazing. Most of our teachers, they don't always like learning projects. But the most important is those that are doing the right reason to help get started. Rather than just apply the principles are starting to see power. So we have a lot of students just in that area. So I get you want to come get a something like this, you're about 5. Oh, wow. Everybody's in our own. Everybody's doing good stuff.
Oh, that's.
Okay. What's happening with things?
Oh, I didn't.
Sure. That's true. Yeah. Devices are so I was trying get distracted with me.
So I mean, it's just there's the church where I can talk to the so it's because I've met yeah, exactly. So I think that's part of it. Again, it's a culture.
It's also well, yeah, we started to realize right. So I think that's but she not our digital image the one in a few weeks since we were coming back from her. Like that's what they want to use them for.
Yeah.
So if I teach them how to use this crazy. Within reason.
Yeah, yeah. There's it's just gonna be an document. Yes.
I know, I think you last night, and I looked over and I was like, oh, we're back to session.
Have you heard of Jim Knight?
I'm just like, crazy.
Just literally just.
Yeah. We all have fear.
It's got Jim Knight. But there's. Every single day. And they're really so like last night. He started to
Yeah.
We started it off here.
Learning stations, years.
I love
She asked me tradition.
Yeah.
He was my neighbor for a year.
Even when I was still in the classroom.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Rubbed all over you.
Do I have my master's from? Do I have my master's across the street? Happy and happy.
Honestly, I didn't even know all about school last night. We started talking about like online helpers.
It's all good. Both have excellent teachers. It's all good.
And I just had to become.
No, it was like one of our first two teachers is graduate of Western, and we just
Oh
did
my
each other for fun.
And let me see what's happening. I don't
Is
think.
Joy has been here?
No, it's one on the right. Oh, right. Yes. Jim.
She has not done
He's still really. This is the one we want. Yes. We've got a website called Radical Wonders. Nice. All right. L, Mott, good. So if I type in L. Instruction technician. Smart trainer. Dense. I'm from the mention. Well, you said in conversation. Oh. Yeah. That is actually my question. Well, I didn't know. We could just under pressure or live stream.
I think it last year.
But it was the best day. It's only yeah, we figured
It's
that
like
out.
almost like Harley or it's
I
like
don't change that.
local, it's called.
Right there.
So they do a local chefs from like great restaurants. And kids for 2 weeks. And then on Saturday we go and set up and we have a competition to see who can make the best chicken. And present it, you know, the best way to.
Okay.
It's adorable.
My wife's, she's our PhD.
Do you remember that?
Life skills teacher, I guess. Okay, she would love her. Information, do I need to give her?
Comes from the American Wine Association. I don't know how our district got lucky enough to do it. And the kids do love it.
Yeah.
It's so many things, it's like all these different talking
Yeah.
skills and everything. You go in, you're like, crazy Julianne. Perfectly.
That is cool. Okay, she has it worked out in our 6th grade. They don't have any breakfast, 7 makes lunch, 8 lunch. And they bring samples around to us as they make things and then, you know, I'm always okay. But, I think she would really like that. She's from the Bronx, I'm sure she loves that.
That never happens.
Yeah.
So learning spaces.
I need to know, like, I need the definition of what learning space is. Like, I think I know, but I don't really know if I know.
Well, I don't know if it's like one concrete definition, but my opinion It is like just the environment and the spaces that you set up in the classroom.
Yeah, I took it now, just doing all like classroom design.
But it's flexible seating kind of thing?
I think that falls into that category. That's what we were, started that.
I did too.
Yeah, we did too. So it tells us what yours looks like. I have, still have some tables, because I taught with tables for 3 years. And, this year went to flexible seating. I have some high-level tables. I have some that are really close to the ground. I have bean bags. I have the lap desks. I have chairs by the windows that they just take a lap desk or their clipboard or whatever, they sit there. I have the little cubes. What grade are you on? I have 4th grade. Okay. I have cube seating, carpet. They're all over.
And so do they choose every day?
Well, they have so far. And I have about 5 or 6 that aren't handling it real well just because of the organization. And they have a cinch sack that they carry their stuff around. And still having some organizational problems. So I'm going to have some instruction on some organization stuff.
Do you have a problem with like kids being like competitive about what area they're going to get? Like, are there some high demand spaces? I used to have a couch in my classroom and kids would like run it every day and like try to get there first. And I eventually had to make the rotation chart. It's really silly, and I teach middle school, so.
We choose the afternoon before.
Yeah.
And they're not racing them.
Okay, so that's good.
Something that, you have like, something that I saw this summer while I was trying to plan for it, was like, every space had like a chart with a title and it had dots. So like if that place could have had 4 people at it, it had 4 dots and everybody had a clothespin. And so the day before, they go and they stick their clothespins for where they're gonna sit the next day. And for the first couple weeks, they have to choose something different. You can't sit at the same place every day. Just so that everybody gets a chance to feel what all of them are like. Because like I might think that I'm gonna do best in a beanbag, but once I'm there, I'm just not doing a good job. And so they have to be able to try out everything to figure out where they are learning best.
So that's how I did it in my classroom. But, so like mine have, the first 4 weeks of school, I sat them, like they stayed at Taylor for 4 days. And then like one is school balls, one is different kind of stools. Now I have wobble stools there, but, and then one is bar stools and that single side. And then one, I started off on the floor with pillows and I just didn't like, wow, I mean, they would like lay under the table and stuff. We have 2nd grade. And then, so that one is little camping chairs now. And so they were at the spot for 4 days and then they rotated. And so then they were finished with the whole rotation. I did this one where they picked their top, their second choice, and their least favorite. It's really interesting to see what some of their least favorites were like the ceiling balls, which I always thought that would be the top, you know. So then I took those, all of their thoughts into consideration and then behavior, and then I assigned the seats. But that's only like when they come in the mornings, and then when we do, you know, independent projects or groups or whatever, they can sit where they want. And then there's other areas around the room, like I have a love seat, and I have, you know, some other little chairs and stools around the room, so they can kind of sit where they want to sit during those times. But one of my problems is when they choose independently, they want to get with their friends. Mm-hmm. So
I tell them I have veto power. I taught them what veto means, right?
I want to tweet out our session, so I'm trying to.
You have some pictures of the way my kids do. They're not. I don't have any figures for you. I have some pictures. Tweet on my Facebook. I'm not good with that, so that's how I.
Cheryl's got you.
Let's see, then if they're on my phone, I bet you can.
Okay. I know elementary makes a little difference, but
what's it like for like testing and that kind of thing? Like, is that big of an issue? Because that was my principal's concern, which we kind of changed a lot of our furniture last year. And I got to have tables in my room and place all my desks. I teach Latin and it doesn't have anything, but a lot of other teachers, if they wanted more flexibility, it was like, well, we have to bring desks back in for in-car testing. That kind of
They
thing.
actually have said that if they have learned that way all year, they are allowed to test that way also. So that is under the rules that if that's what it's been. If it's been, yeah, that's in the, you know, that's one of those things, like I had a thing, incense, not incense burn, but it was one of those that.
A diffuser?
Yeah, diffuser. And they're like, well, do I have to turn that off during the test? They're like, well, have you used it all year? And I was like, well, yeah, the kids are used to it. And they're like, well, then you can use it.
Does that make the room smell good all the time?
Yeah, and I try to use those that make them calm.
Yeah, it does.
It's not like, it's not myself.
Do you all ever think, when you think about a learning space, look at it that you've got different activities going on, like there's a digital learning space versus another area where you might have your flexible seating versus another area that has regular desks, and that the kids actually rotate through those as opposed to just choosing to have.
I can use the, like math, I teach zones, so I have 3 zones, and so at math time, they know that their seat is not their own. Because one side of the room becomes the tech area, one side of the room becomes the task area, and the smart board is right. They kind of know that they don't own that seat all day. They still have to move on. It gets chaotic.
It's
working.
I would have to teach,
Organized things.
I would have to teach them more organizational skills.
I've got a little.
I'm not the best at organization, so then when I work this organization, they're this organization, we make this have a big mess. So,
But you can get the pictures off there if it's on buildings. Looking at the iPad at school, I don't have it.
That gives me a lot of the lab tests. That's what they like. Yeah, that's right. I say look at some of the slides.
all digital things to Walmart, it's just flat.
Oh, the big seat.
Yeah. The big
Yeah.
Joe's is what she's.
oh, I thought about that, and I'm so glad.
I've tried them twice, it's like maybe the first time that's to be good one, and the second time you make it And I did keep 4 desks because some of them, and they kind of landed where they really like. And there are popular chairs by the windows.
Oh, that is what you're talking about.
So I've had tables for some years, I'll never do desks.
I love my tables. I thought she was like magic. It's just like a small change, but I just hated how my desk restricted everything. And
Yeah.
then I had this moment once I changed the desk, or I changed the desks to all tables. And I thought about myself as a middle schooler, and I thought about how I would probably hate if every day I had to like sit with other kids. And so I also like have other areas in my room where you can go and sit on your own. So I have like a tall desk that's up against the window that's like not like a school desk, but more like a work desk kind of thing. And then I have like a tall table that you can stand at where there are schools at it, and I have like a bench where it's really just an area for 2 people to sit at. So just kind of thinking about my kids and myself of like making not everything's gonna work for everyone, which I think it's really cool that you did like the surveys about what they like the most.
Yeah, I just was so, it was so interesting.
Yeah. Stability balls, not a big fan.
Yeah. And certain
They have
students
a
were certain ones
cheer,
and,
probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
Interesting.
Okay, like one request to me, because I did kind of the same thing Cheryl did, where I didn't leave them for 4 days, but I let them all experience before I let them have free choice. And I had kids that would just say, can you move me, like, I hate this, can you move me somewhere else with the stability loss? They couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I had a friend, I saw my sister's classroom this summer before it ends. he did what you did. They have these name tags that they've made that are just, primarily name tags. And he lets them, he does it in the morning, but I thought I would do it in the afternoon like you, because somebody's been, the same person.
They're always
first.
yeah.
But, so they go and they place their name tag on that spot, and that's their spot for that day when they, that's where they put their stuff and so forth, and, they can sit other places depending on what you're doing, and that's the spot. I really like that. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get that posted this year in this class. But I really like that, yeah. And second grade is just hard.
You guys know what hippie hops are, like, or bouncer balls that you still, I have those instead of stability balls, and I just thought I would try it out and see, and it works pretty well because the handle kind of holds the ball a little bit in place, and then they can sit on the ball, and then when you want to be crazy and let them hop, you can. So, and maybe not everyone can handle that, but they're actually about $15, and we got the ones that are adult size, and they have a 300-pound weight limit, so my 8th graders can use them too. And they're working out pretty well so far.
The one thing I learned about using stability balls is one size does not fit all as far as the height. So, and they just let me know if it needs to be higher or lower. And you can get those at 5 and below. That store, that's a great place to get stuff like that. They have stability balls there for $5 a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're not all the same size, like when you blow them up, even though it says however many.
But yours are like that too. You get to stand, right?
Yeah.
And yours are also like that. I think that might be just something for the stability.
And I have a few of the little folding cycles as well. So those are kind of new for us. And if you sit at the wrong table, your knees hit the table while you pedal. We're getting used to that now.
I need to try those. Where did you get those?
Amazon.
And what
So
are they called?
these are In Stride is the brand, and folding cycles.
Just the noise.
They're really quiet. Like these are really quiet somehow. Actually, they were a more expensive one that I wanted to get, but I did it through Doter's Shoes, so I had to add what was prime, and I wanted to get these cute, colorful ones. So I had to go up a notch, and I don't know if that's why it's quiet, because it was maybe a better version. But so far, it's pretty quiet. If someone really goes at it, the whole thing will flip over though, like if they're trying to be fast and furious. Yeah. But for the most part, it's been good.
I just wish, like, I guess for learning spaces, like, I want to make my room, like, comfortable and nice, but then the fire marshal comes in and says, you can't have that, and you can't have that, you can't have that. So it's like a battle for making it a nice, friendly place. And then the fire marshal comes in and saying, oh, you can't have anything hanging. We can't have anything hanging from our ceiling. We cannot have paper on our door or outside our door. We can't have so much percentage of the wall covered. You can't have, like, it's like, how am I supposed to make this really nice if you won't let me?
Doesn't it drive me nuts? Like, have
Yeah.
pictures in other states and you just see all.
All these beautiful
Yeah.
things, like this beautiful tree hanging from the ceiling in the corner.
Yeah.
Across county from the county, I switched counties this year. Yeah. I had this precious little tree in the corner with these pumpkins hanging down, like, it was so cute. Yeah, and I know.
Yeah, I was in one system and we had to have our door covered all the time. And
That's
decorated.
the thing.
And then I moved to the system right next to it, and now we're not allowed to have it. And I talked to her about always.
That's not like a federal thing, like,
Yeah.
there should
And
be
we're just-
federal expectations.
we're
I
like
don't understand why
this
fire marshals are more
That should be.
I asked my principal, my school was built in 1926, and there's no hope for getting a new one, even though they keep saying that. So anyway, we have like these really terrible brown cabinets, and like brown wood. And I was like, it just brings down the whole level of the classroom. Who wants brown? And so I was like, can I paint those? And he was like, I have to tell you no. And he said, but if you do it, I can't do anything about it. All right. So I don't know. I still just don't have the guts to do it because for some reason I just feel like well, we have a new principal now, but like he wasn't going to be able to do anything. But like if somebody from the county walked in, they'd be like, you know, I just don't. I'm a people pleaser. I don't want to I don't want to like upset the apple cart quite yet. Maybe once I get to like 25 years, and something like that.
Decide to go to Sherwin-Williams and ask if they have anything in return to tell them you're a teacher, and a lot of times they just leave it. They got that little back room.
T-shirt.
Yeah. Just go in there and they'll say, okay, here's what we got, and it may not be colors, you know, that you want.
Yeah.
But
I just
they
want
might be
anything
light, they're gonna be different.
Anything light, because the brown distracts the whole room.
So one little simple thing that we changed in my classroom this year that I really liked is, my whole back wall was just like all the cinder brick cut thing, and you can't really, it's really hard to hang anything on that. And it's always just looked really boring. And so we went to Home Depot and got cork board and also the big like shower panel sheeting. And so now it's like these big tall cork board, like 8 feet tall, dry erase, tall cork board, 8 feet tall, dry erase at the ends. But I've been using it as like extra space, like doing like that little I think it's shared on Pinterest a lot, where it's like Thoughtful Tuesday, write a quote to help your other students. It's a little thing they'll do as a warm up some days and things like that. And it's just giving me more space to like hang up student work because the bulletin board situation already wasn't very nice. So it's just cool. It looks, it's a little change, but it changed how the room looks. The kids really like it. They were very excited when they saw it. Except I accidentally covered an outlet. I wasn't realizing that I was covering down the outlet, and that's sad. And sadly, it is not behind the board, which would have been really nice. So yeah, but all we did was just, a couple other teachers helped me. We just drilled it into the wall. We got permission from our school, and it cost like $50 to do all of it, and it really changed the wall. It's kind of snappy.
So where did you get the cork?
The cork was the actual dimensions, but it's more like a square cork, and we just stacked it and just drilled it in. It's nice. I think other teachers are really doing it too. And then a couple of our parents have been doing things to beautify our school, which are really cool, like just painting some pillars. And we're really fortunate to have a parent who's a mural artist, and so she's been doing cool like pop art things of different scientists and stuff like that we're hanging in the walls. And it's neat because it's parent supported, and I think anytime that you have parents that are really excited about wanting to do something for the school, I think there's more leeway with that. Because we've wanted to paint before, but didn't get to. But now it's like parents are like, hey, we have all these supplies, and we have this talented person, and so it's happening. Just really cool. I think it just makes things nicer too, because sometimes I think schools just have a really sterile feel to them.
I just spent all this time on my pretty
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. The Murphy
With the bulletin board on the bottom.
Don't tell them that, I might do it.
Everyone here is middle school or secondary. What are some things you all are doing that the person elementary versus middle school, secondary?
Is anyone else a media specialist? One of the big things I've done to change the space, I turned around one shelf in the back workroom, and it has, it's kind of completely transformed things. So now we can do makerspace in what used to be the librarian's workroom before I went in there. And just by turning that shelf, I can see everyone who's back there, and it opens up this whole like classroom space. And I have windows that I can see there. And I'm hoping to get more teachers in as time goes on for experiments in making, and have all these reference books that have never been used. And I've been at the school forever, so some of them have been there for 10 or 12 years and weren't used. And I started clearing all that out, and it's been a 3-year process that just got finished this weekend to parcel things out to teachers who wanted it, you know, because no one was coming in and using it. And so we're going to turn the reference space into sort of like a do-it-yourself section and have all the supplies there, and trying to get information from the teachers about what they want to see. And then I have started to bring in a little bit of alternative seating. I did the little cycles and the bouncy seat, not really stability balls, but the tippy hops that kind of are double purpose. And I also have some wobble stools, but they're so expensive that what I got was wobble, like stability disc cushions to go on stools that we already had. So it is cool because when
Those aren't that expensive either.
and when the kids sit there, they immediately start describing to you how it feels, and they're becoming aware of their core muscles. You know, like it's a concept that they didn't think of before, but they'll start talking about it because, you know, so I'm not far into really any type of alternative seating, but just trying to change the way we use the space. And one thing I'm thinking about a lot is like, what's the future of the computer lab? Are they going to completely go away, or can we create some really awesome blended learning spaces that teachers would like to rotate into once in a while in the computer labs?
What would that look like?
I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, we have Chromebooks, and last year there was this coding program we wanted to do, and it wouldn't work on Chromebooks, so we have to use desktops. So I'm thinking that there are probably some activities that we're still going to want Windows machines and desktops for, and we reimagine the computer lab so that it would be a useful space. I don't know what it would look like yet.
They do have the index, work with our teachers and have to choose, like, anything that you don't do that. And sometimes they will be speaking back to public. Our schools, all of our schools, you see 5 to 6 of them are very close to what we want already on the ones are there. So we try to think of spaces for tailored influence and the technology that they have to. We have maker spaces, mostly in our media centers that we will mention.
Some of the teachers at some of the schools I go to, the 5 elementary schools, they have taken the table concept, but now they have raised the tables so students can stand or sit on the tall bar stools. They've kept some at the medium height where they could do a chair, but then they take them down low so they can sit on pillows or just on the floor. So they're doing that with the table. So I've seen where that's been really successful, and they've gotten their spouses to help them add caster wheels to the bottom of those tables so they're totally movable. So I went into a classroom the other day. Tables are pushed all to the outer perimeters, and they're in the middle having a discussion about what it looks like on the Jamestown Common. So, and then I'll go in the next time and they'll be at their tables. So, you know, where someone's working at their tables, someone's with the teacher at the smartboard. So I think the more versatile, the better. And then, of course, you know, coming up, I think the funding issue, I was going to ask you guys if you've been writing grants to get that money, or you're using classroom donations, or just your own money, which seems like teachers' bless their hearts would always do that, just using their own money.
Some of my own money and some donors choose.
Our PTO offers us $50 reimbursement. And then parks top money, it has to be approved. Like, we have to say, okay, we want to buy this, and they're like, okay, yeah, you can use parks top money. But we have like an incentive, like our PTO does an incentive for kids. Our PTO takes control of our box tops, which is wonderful because we don't have to cut them, glue them, turn them in, any of that. Some volunteers pick up our box tops and turn them in, and it just kind of goes into our account. But students who bring in 50 box tops, they get a lunch break. So they get a pass where they can sit with whoever they want in our grade. And they can, like, usually we have like 10 or 15 minutes at the beginning of lunch. They can't talk. Well, these kids, they can talk. So it's that incentive to bring those in. They don't get lunch buddy passes from anywhere else. So the only way to get those is by bringing your box tops. And it's really funny at the beginning of the year, they donate all that stuff. And most of the time Kleenexes have those box tops. And so they're like, Miss Maria, don't throw that away, that has the box top on it. And I'm like, okay. And they put it out. So we talked about flexible seating. If there's things that you want, well, you have to have money to buy them. And box tops are a way to do that, to bring them in.
You can, like, I know people that have asked at their church, they have a place to attend, and then people that have them at their husband's businesses, do that as well.
Well, and just asking for donations. Like, do you have at home throw pillows that you're getting rid of? Or no,
Like
probably
box
just
top thing.
yes, yeah, box tops, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's.
We're pretty qualified as learning spaces, but I'm gonna add a link that shows a little calming area that I made. And I'm interested in if any of you guys have an outdoor space, like an outdoor classroom or any, like I used to have a great little lawn area at my old school. We went out with clipboards a lot, but
Our PTO just put a nice theater type thing outside our media center, and so they're like, they're picnic tables, park tables outside in between, because we have wings in between, so there's like five characteristics. We just got one of them.
are people using it? Have you figured out like the benefits and challenges?
And just have to send them out there with their volunteers. I know our media specialists. So
That's right. Yeah, I'm really interested in that because I have that door, right to the outside. And I'm really interested in how I can make a cool outdoor space for people to.
Yeah, I think kids would love that, because I have, right outside the door is kind of a nice little outside area, and so I'll have kids that want to work outside when it's nice weather. And I have like a whole wall of windows, so I can see them when they're outside, and just leave the door open. I really liked it, but there's no like formal seating out there, so that's the only place we have is maybe like a picnic area, but it's like right in the sun, like there's not a like drop of shade on it, so. We're trying to think of something maybe more flexible, like to use our trees and things like that to really bring to those areas. But I don't know what would be like weather ready. I like the comment. Thank you.
The most common question about the calming area is, can teachers use it?
Yeah, I might need that.
We have this weird extra office upstairs, and I actually thought about asking the principal if we could put a teacher mindfulness room in there, because so many teachers really have seem serious when they ask about the calming area.
I think we have a lounge chair.
That sounds good.
Seriously, that one was so great.
Yeah.
That's where you would sit.
Yeah, that's like
mentally. That would be perfect, because it would teach your flexible seat. And then the PLC room.
Just don't look at the data wall while you're in there.
That's right. Turn them the other way.
Oh, like, I thought you were talking about the one where you put your face in. I was like, what is that gonna do?
The PTO rooms.
I got you. Okay.
So what does your dream classroom look like? Pretend you don't live in North Carolina and there's no money.
Twice as big.
Yes.
Space. And storage space.
The one thing I love about not having storage space is I can't be a hoarder like I thought that I used to be when I had a whole bunch of cabinets. It forces you to get rid of stuff that you might not have. But on the flip side of that, is you eventually are gonna need it again.
When I switched schools, I came from school with no cabinets to one with cabinets. I still, my son is 15, so if it was before he was born, I did not bring food.
Mhm.
And so I forced myself to purge. What do you think that your kids' dream classroom looks like in comparison to yours? Without slides and what do you think your dream space would be in comparison to what you see yours?
No, it's interesting. It's a very different. Because we did this thing, I don't know if we're gonna keep telling you, we did this thing where kids did a survey for us, and we had just some general descriptions of what would be your ideal learning space, and we described it as a coffee shop, a workshop, a boardroom, or just like a library. And they had little descriptors of what those meant to us, like that coffee shop is more like this, where both maybe in like smaller groups, where you have some talking, music, calming, versus a boardroom is everybody working together. A library is obviously you're working on your own. The workshop is like going to be up and active. And so we did these special days in our school where kids would get to work the whole day in that learning area. Like teachers would transform their rooms to be like it. And the kids really loved it. But it was kind of hard to, sometimes to get the right learning goals, I guess, out of it. Because for some kids, they also could have food, which was really exciting. So they get more distracted by that sometimes. But it's interesting, because not every kid is like ideal learning space is the same. So I think sometimes about how can I accommodate for every kind of kid in my classroom, for my boardroom type kids, for my coffee shop, for my kids that are just going to be on their own and quiet. It's hard.
I added my picture to the notes, so.
They look awesome.
Yes.
I love his lap desk with a little soft storage area.
Hobby Lobby.
Me too.
We just got a Hobby Lobby.
I know, there's, I know.
It's straight.
I found one at Goodwill that's much more sturdy. Or even like the trays that you, like the trays you eat with, like you want to sit on the floor or whatever, I have some of those too, like that.
Is that the orange jacket at the bottom?
The orange, those are Hobby Lobby trays.
Okay.
The other ones aren't in there, they're, one of them's wooden and the leg's pocket, but I think it's more like an eating tray. You would take
That's right.
yeah. A couple of those at Goodwill. Still think it's a little cluttered.
So where did you get your table? You got two young men sitting with the.
Donated. The little coffee tables, somebody got rid of. Same thing with the little cubes.
Craigslist is a great place to look. That's where I got all the more skills.
Nice.
Love seat. And when I pick up my love seat, she asked me if I just wanted a coffee table that she had. So I mean, we just. Yeah.
So it looks like, who was it that has the brown? You got the brown cabinets? Okay, so it looks like, just looking at some of these other frames, you just don't worry about the one brown area, you just have pops of color everywhere else.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Draws your attention.
Yeah, if you stick to kind of a certain color scheme. You take away from the cabinetry.
They're blue. Yeah, they're like blue.
Well, one thing too, does your school system, like, do you know where your graveyard warehouse is in your school system to go?
Sometimes if you just send out an email, just saying, you know, I'm looking for, does anyone know? You never know, somebody's grandmother is getting rid of something.
Or you want a table and someone else is desperate to get that one table out there.
Well, we have a trailer and it's like chock full of, like, there's like 17 file cabinets. It's not like there's any kind of table you could wish for, my partner teacher and I went out there to look for our cart to put our data notebooks on, so we could just roll them back and forth instead of the kids having them to tear them up. And we walked in there, I was like, oh my gosh, like I have never seen so much furniture in one room in my life. Like it's crazy how it's just jam packed in there. There's a lot of teacher desks, like we've been giving up our teacher desks a little at a time, and just using our table as our desk, and it's just, it's crazy how much stuff is in there.
Corking.
Yeah, that's your Corkins.
Yeah, it turns out really nice. And like I said, it allows me to hang more specific.
I'm
You got a
already,
handle to poster.
I'm pretty sure I have a wall this is gonna happen to.
I tell you how boring this wall was, because I would get so annoyed with like trying to hop these things to that wall and they fall.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's just gave
You have
up.
to listen to the wall. It's actually-
Added a little picture of my like side seating with my little short desk or my tall desk.
You added that now?
Yeah, it's underneath my voice.
When you come into my library, I have just this little entryway, and one whole wall is just plain, and it's just everything falls off. And then one wall has big bullets board. But on the survey last year, the kids said that they wanted more color, and one did that the gray walls make her feel less inclined.
Lego walls. That
We don't have one.
we talked about doing one like in our entryway, like in the school and having, you know, different kids.
I visited the school, a big piece of metal. A big piece of metal, which you can put magnetic stuff on. I visited a school that does. Huge piece of metal.
Yeah.
All kinds of magnetic stuff.
I thought about using a sheet cage for that.
Yeah.
But-
The old, I was gonna say, they have the old changing.
It is lunchtime, I think.
Our parts are, they're magnetic, they're big. I don't think they're that expensive either.
I'm sure people use older refrigerator ones too, but I don't know how many use them.
Yeah, really fire marshal, I think.
Because they're not back there.
You know, I'm here to and you got the kids inside. Because when you go to the top of these kids. And,
She's open her window and climb out the window. I think I should be books.
oh, I have Holland, and I have two.
And
it is so hard to get rid of them. I can't do it, I cannot. I can't do it to you. Oh, if I get rid of some of the books, I could have some other things in there. But you know what? The more books are, the better. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna get rid of something. It's cute. But
Maker spaces.
I'm really surprised that anyone wanted to come use this stuff. I think they can have it in their readers.
Okay.
Who you? I do.
I teach an art of family.
You're in North Dakota? Okay, let's go.
Nice.
Nice. We are soul sisters. This, that 44 when you're there, it's not really big. I mean, it's big. Sure.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it right now.